Should it be the states to regulate artificial intelligence, or should it be left up to the federal government? Well, Connecticut lawmakers are taking a crack at it, but with technology that moves so quickly like AI, where do you even start? Senator Paul Cicarella is on the General Law Committee. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Wanted to talk to him about how this is possible. How do you possibly regulate AI? It's lightning fast.
Those are the challenges we're facing. It is a challenge to fully understand it. Its capabilities.
Just understand it, right?
Sure.
Much less regulated, yeah.
Absolutely.
And so where do you start? I mean, what's the first thing? Is it really about, I don't know, is it computer chips? Is it how it's used? Is it how you can, in the previous story, sue somebody if they use it against you maliciously? Like, how do you start?
So, you started off with a great statement, and I think that is true, and I think that's where we should be focusing, is at a federal level we regulate this, because it's tough to do it state by state.
Right.
But we see the federal government is not acting, and with it moving rapidly, and it could be used for bad in many ways.
Right.
I think that we had to do something to protect our children and make sure that, these companies, when they're building such a powerful technology, it can be utilized for hacking and so many other things that we needed to do something.
These deep fakes, I mean, they're even in popular culture right now. The scandal surrounding Mike Vrabel, the head coach of the Patriots, there are deep fakes that are out there, and they're just making fun of the situation. That could harm little kids, it could harm students, it could harm companies. Well, gosh, it's amazing how you can even start. Governor Lamont, let's talk about regulating AI. When this was first brought up, Governor Lamont said, look, I'm a little wary of doing it. He was a proponent of having the federal government do it, saying, I don't want to squash companies who want to come and relocate here in Connecticut and create innovating products or services. How do you talk to companies when they say, hey, we want to come in, what do we do?
So I couldn't agree more. Again, it should be done at a federal level. It's not happening. We have to take action. And when doing that, we have to find that balance. And in years past, this bill has come before us quite a few times in the General Law Committee, and I have not supported it. The way it was written, there definitely could have been unintended consequences that would deter businesses from coming here and staying here. And more importantly, that's big business. In prior versions of the legislation, there was also sections in there that would punish small businesses that were utilizing AI, not even knowing it. Every day we're doing something, good chance AI is somewhat involved, especially in business, and there would have been punishment in the way of penalties, and it's already very challenging to do business here in the state of Connecticut. We did not want to put that burden on our business community.
So I read a little bit about the bill, and the Connecticut Mirror has something called, it says in this bill there's something called a sandbox. I guess that is where innovation can take place under some supervision. Like, it can explain what a sandbox is in the bill?
So it's creating a place where it can be tested. The models can be tested before it goes live, whether it's big business or maybe some startups. So it is a safe, controlled space to test these programs and systems and make sure that there isn't flaws or bias or something that's so strong. We've seen Anthropic release something maybe about 3 weeks ago, and they were great. They said it is so powerful that we're not going to release this to the general public. They gave it to the government and people that would use it correctly. It had the power to do the hacking capability of 10 hackers in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's very scary. So also in that bill, it does have a section where if someone that works within a company like that, who did the right thing, but if they weren't going to do the right thing and they were going to capitalize on that, disregard the negative impact it could have on the community, people, businesses, public safety, it created a platform that whistleblowers that work in the company could safely come forward and they could not be retaliated against in any way.
Has there been, written in the bill, a provision for how do you get out of the sandbox and go to the next step? All right, you've seen that what you can tell is, okay, it feels safe or at least safeguarded. How do you get out of the sandbox and move on to getting into bringing a product to market?
Sure. So it is voluntary. You don't have to go into that sandbox.
Got it, okay.
It's just a space where you can come and test that product, especially for startups.
Right. So that means companies might feel not restricted to when they want to come and relocate here.
Yep.
So when you talk about the federal law, so the interesting thing to give people some context, the federal law, I believe, is called Section 230. It was written in 1996. You know how fast technology moves? I mean, the speed of the chips double in less than like a year and a half. So is there a way for us as a state to pressure the federal government to do more on this? Can we talk to our legislators to make that happen?
Federal government is an interesting beast in itself. they really should start focusing on things like that, right? Things that are going to really affect American citizens and residents, and they're not moving fast enough. And there does need to be safeguards put in place, especially for our children. A lot of that legislation talks about chatbots and restricting what the chatbots could say to a child, letting people know they're speaking to a computer, not a person. Some of these AI models, they could sound like myself, like you, like a real person.
Voice, right? Yeah.
Yes. So it does create some safeguards there to make sure that kids are restricted from that kind of activity and getting certain advice. We've seen that children harm themselves or others because of advice or direction from a chatbot. That's very scary.
Yeah, and we've seen, people are blaming suicides on some of this, so it gets incredibly intense. Little less than 30 seconds. How do you feel this goes from here? Has the governor looked at it yet? Gotten a response from him? Your colleagues across the aisle? What does it look like?
So I believe it's a balanced bill. It does not hinder business growth in Connecticut, and I think it's a step in the right direction. I believe that this should pass, and I hope it does. And with the mental health being an issue, that's a thing where people are going there for mental health advice. It's going to stop that. It's going to direct them to a professional, not a computer.
Great idea. Senator Cicarella, thanks
for having me.
Appreciate it.